Kevin's log. Ourdate. 01/21/2026. So I pulled the bumper off of it. Couldn't get the headlights out. The fenders are bent just enough. I couldn't get them to clear between the bumper and the fender, so I was taking all of the plow stuff off. And let's see, over here, yeah. Kind of had to take the bumper off anyway to get that off. I kind of hate to put it back on until we get the headlights for it, which I just realized I was going to look on Amazon, try to find a couple sets of headlights. I also need one tail light. Because this is a little fuckered up. So I'm discovering a few things on this with the still don't have four-wheel drive. I'm completely confused on what that could be. I'm getting power to the switch, but the switch is doing absolutely nothing. So I don't know, I just don't know. Front tires are atrocious. I didn't realize these trucks had rack and pinion steering. So I was under there trying to figure out, what's loose and what I need to change, and I'm looking for a gearbox and realized I've got rack and pinion. Okay. So I got to get it up in the air for two things to see if it's stuck in four-wheel drive, which I don't know. It just feels funny when you're driving it. The front pulls you all over the place. Could be alignment, could be tires, could be stuck in four-wheel drive. I'll figure it out. I did drain the transmission, put new fluid in, the correct stuff. And I found out what was wrong with the brakes. That was kind of fun. While I was working on the pulling all the stuff out, let's see, I'll show you on that. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Well, I was working on pulling all the wires out across here. I yanked this out. Anyway, and I was like, what? And this was right across here. Had a crack in it, and I finished breaking it. And I found a rubber sleeve, slid it on there, and now I have brakes. Pretty cool. It comes right off the booster. So yeah, so most of the stuff that we thought were going to be huge problems, or he thought, are just me finding little things. Still got some more to pull out. This was for the salt spreader, which I guess just slid into the receiver hitch. And I pulled a lot of shit out of there. And I was gonna pull all this out. Then I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, maybe I'll just leave it in there, because I can hook this up to my I can hook it up so that when I put my trailer on the back here, it'll charge the battery that I use on the winch. So there we go. So I don't have to run that. That's 10 gauge, I think. Might be 8 gauge. I think it's 10. So it'll be enough to trickle charge the battery. And I've got that other, the alternator generator on it. So, you know, I don't really need it. But as long as it's there, I don't have to run it. I'm going to leave it. So I got to figure out a couple things. Like I said, I need 2 new headlights. The assembly is completely destroyed behind there. I guess with the plow on it, you know, things get bashed around a lot. So, so what else do I have? I've got to get the front end aligned or whatever. If I got some tie rods bad, I need them replaced. If the rack and pinion's messed up, I'll have to do that. You know, just depending on what it is. But it's pretty tough to control. At least on the gravel road. Maybe on the paved road it'll be better. I need front wheels, front tires for sure. This door, the window wasn't working. I was able to fix it, at least for short term. I was able to get the motor working. That was a chore because I have a regulator in there that's obviously for this front door, but it doesn't fit because maybe it's for the driver's door. Maybe, I don't know, but it was about an inch short of being able to mount it in there like it's supposed to be mounted. So I'm sitting there trying to figure out, can I change this? Can I change that? Well, it's a Chinese replacement regulator, so it wasn't going to go in there easy. That's not what I meant. The motor assembly would not fit on there. Bolt pattern was completely different. I thought maybe I could swap out the windings. No. Maybe I can swap out the bushing brushes. No. And after I pulled it apart, I started looking at it, and I realized that the brushes, the springs that push the brushes into the actual motor itself, that was a problem. One of the springs had completely corroded the little leg off. So I unwound one coil, trimmed it down, stuck it back in there. It's probably not shoving it against the windings as, is it Bendix maybe? No, whatever, the windings. The contacts. Probably not shoving it on there quite as tight as it should. And it is slower than the other motor, but it does work. So that was tedious. I just can't see that well. Working on stuff like that is just a nightmare. But I got it going. So the front end alignment is a biggie, because you just can't drive it like it is. The four-wheel drive, we can figure that out in the future. The lights and the front tires. Lights, front tires. If I could do the lights, I could probably get it to pass inspection and get it tagged. But I do not want her driving it with the front end all fucking up like that. So lights, tires, and alignment. When did alignments become almost $200? That's what I'm trying to figure out. She went and had an estimate on the S10 and they told her $170. I think. I think that's what she said, $170 to align it. Wow. So I'm tempted to get this in the air, make sure there's nothing loose. Probably got some bad ball joints, I'm guessing, but I'm not sure. Get it up in the air, put it on jacks. That will also tell me if the four-wheel drive is engaged or not. That was Jay's idea. I don't know. If I have $1,000 in it when I'm done, I'm feeling pretty damn good about that. That's a crazy good deal. And this is the newest vehicle I've ever owned. It's a 2004. The newest vehicle I've ever owned before this one was a 96. And that was a Dakota. So, pretty... I don't like all the electronics. This road is going to tear up all the plugs. It's already got quite a few broken plugs on it that are just being held in by prayer. So, there's a possibility that I'll get it going, get everything working. And these things are selling for, anywhere between $3,500 and $6,000. So, I might take advantage of that. And get myself some old beater that will just keep on going. Instead of having something with all the electronics in it that this road is just going to beat them all to death. It's just going to, the plugs are all rattled loose, and it's just what happens out here. Get something that was made for shitty roads. Anyway, that's it. I actually got up halfway early and started working on it. We're supposed to get extremely bad weather for the next 3 or 4 days. So I don't know if I'll get any more done on it or not. I'm tempted to try to drive it in town, but that means she's got to drive it in town because I don't have a license. Just for, check on the front end, see what it's going to take to do that. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Yeah. All right, I'm cold. Bumbling full. Signing off.